You're tuned in to KEXP live at home. I am joined by the one and only Anjimile from snowy Boston. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us. Would you like to introduce this first song?
Yeah, this first tune is called Your Tree.
Live on KEXP at home. Let's get it.
It was early in winter when your sunflowers died. I can hardly remember. Get inside. I watched you from the window, fingers pressed to the dew. Soil is black as a widow. Nothing grew, nothing grew. I fell into the water, and the dirt stung my eyes, and I raised them in wonder. Fireflies, nothing dies. Buried under earth, all our living worth. How I long to be blooming from your tree. Nothing dies. Nothing dies. Nothing dies. Nothing dies. Scary. What I done it might do. Mary, you know well I done you wrong. Heartbreak from the king heartbreaker. Weary, but somehow I'm still alive. So tell me, am I not supposed to hurt you? Am I not supposed to make you cry? Damn, I just don't know good loving the right way. I can't be your baby no more. I can't be your baby no more. I can't be your baby no more. 'Cause I done gone crazy. Am I not supposed to hurt you? Am I not supposed to make you cry? Damn, I just don't know good loving the right way. Am I dead? Must be dead. Am I sick in my head? Am I wrong? Must be wrong. Better get gone. I can't be your baby no more. I can't be your baby no more. I can't be your baby no more. I was a little cross. I was a little cold. I was a little lost. Dead to me, truth be told. Dead to me, truth be told. Dead to me, truth is in the light. You're a miracle to behold, truly in the night. It's a miracle to be held by you. What today can I make inside of my heart for you? Bold and bright, I could fall asleep in your love. Sing to me, Mother's grace. Give to me, Mother's trust. I've never seen her face, but I think she looks like us. I think she looks like us. I think I'm ashamed of the awful things I have done to you. What today can I make inside of my heart for you? In the sweet, distant, deepest part of my soul, you are bold and bright. I could fall asleep in your love. Happening, it's 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 happening. I'm alive, I am not so gone as I thought. Oh God, I am loved, I am learning how to receive loving. Are you real? Are you something out of a dream from me? Bold and bright, I could fall asleep in your love. In the light, you're a miracle to behold, truly in the night. It's a miracle to be held by you. What today can I make inside of my heart for you? Bold and bright, I could fall asleep in your love. I live in my own home. I live in my paper. The absence becomes me. A reticent specter. Why don't you do as you're told? Happiness isn't your goal. I'm not just a boy, I'm a man. I'm not just a man, I'm a god. I'm not just a god, I'm a maker. No country for crazy, but thank you for asking. My markings in makings belong in the trash bin. Why don't you do as you're told? Happiness isn't your goal. I'm not just a boy, I'm a man. I'm not just a man, I'm a god. I'm not just a god, I'm a maker. Mind your maker. Have you ever seen anything quite like this? Have you ever done anything quite like this? Have you ever known anything quite like this? Have you ever seen anything quite like this? Oh, my hopeless wanderer, you can't come in, you don't live here anymore. Or some creepy conjurer who touched the rim, whose hands are at the door. I need soothing. My lips aren't moving. My God is brooding. Drawn in chalk across the floor, you made it yours, your private door to my room. May those who find you find remorse, a change of course, a strange discord resolved. I need soothing. My lips aren't moving. My God is brooding. I banish you with love. I banish you with love. You don't live here anymore.
It's a wrap.
Anjimile, thank you so much for that beautiful performance.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for your sugar smooth voice right now.
Thank you for your voice. Yo, that's love. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Giver Taker LP. We've been playing it a lot on KEXP, so it's nice to meet you and to dig a little bit more into your story. I'd like to know, first of all, how did you get started with music?
So my parents, like, they both love like 80s pop music, and they used to just play it all the time in the house, like mostly on the weekends. They'd like wake us up Saturday mornings, they'd make us breakfast, and they would play like Madonna and stuff really loudly. And so there's just always been like singing and music in my house, and both of my sisters were in choir growing up. My little brother plays like the drums and the bass and all this stuff, so it's kind of a musical family.
Yeah, and that sounds like a lot of different genres influenced you as well.
I think so, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. One of the songs you performed in the set, actually, I wanted to ask about, which is the song 1978. I was listening to it earlier today, and, you know, I'm a lyricist as well, and I like to try to break down and interpret lyrics. And I think I'm interpreting this song wrong. So I'm going to tell you what I think it is, and then you can tell me how I'm wrong. so I looked at the song title and I saw, 1978, that must be the year they're born. And I listened to the song a few times, and it sounds like you're speaking both as your mother speaking to you and you speaking back to your mother, which is a really cool concept. How wrong am I on that interpretation?
You're not that wrong. You're not that
Okay.
wrong. I was not born in 1978. I guess that's the big one.
Okay.
I was born in 1993.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's actually about my grandmother, and kind of like the relationship between my grandmother and my mother, and the relationship between my grandmother and me. So my grandmother passed away when my mom was super young. And like, I don't know a ton about the story, but 1978 is kind of like my guesstimation of the year that my grandmother passed away. And so it's kind of just like me working through, I think like self-forgiveness and kind of just like healing in the wake of, I don't know, learning to be a better person, and then kind of reframing that in my relationship with my mother and my mother's mother.
Yeah. Wow. That's beautiful. Ancestral healing, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
That song is going to sound way different next time I listen to it, knowing that. That's awesome. I think your lyrics are beautiful. I think they're layered. There's a lot of meaning in it. I was wondering if you could talk about who are some of your favorite writers, either, you know, inside or outside of music.
Ooh, nobody ever asks me this.
I love that question. I'm wearing an Octavia Butler shirt right now. I'm a big literary nerd, so, you know.
Swag. Let's see. In terms of music writers, well, I'm like a huge Sufjan stan, and what I appreciate about his lyricism is that it's, or at least the type of Sufjan lyrics I like the best are just like straightforward storytelling, and just like very like clear imagery, very like clear emotional stakes, and I really like lyrical clarity, I guess. I'm also a big fan of Biggie.
Hey, that's a storyteller right there.
Yeah, once again, super clear.
Super clear.
Yeah, the song that comes to mind, what is it? It's the last one. Oh, it's like the last track on Ready to Die. And he's like, I don't want to live no more. Yeah,
that
one.
That's actually That's my favorite song on Ready to Die too. It's not the last try. The I don't want to live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door. Everyday Struggle is what it's called. It's earlier in the album.
Word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyday Struggle. Yeah, that's very straightforward, beautiful, gorgeous. And then I'm like a low key Shakespeare fan. I was really into Shakespeare in high school, and it sticks with me for some reason. So I really like sonnets. I think iambic pentameter is dope. I dropped there's some Shakespeare quote in the Give or Taker album. I'm a fan.
That's not where is that quote? Which quote is it?
It's in a song called Ndima Kukonda, and I think I messed up one of the words in the quote, but it's from one of his love sonnets, and the quote is, "Doubt thou the stars are fire, doubt thou the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love." And then it's a love song.
Yeah, beautiful. I was wondering about the title of that song. Actually, I know your family's from Malawi.
Yeah. So, Ndima Kukonda, it means I love you in Chichewa, which is just the spoken language in Malawi.
Yeah. Do you, was that your first language? Do you speak it as well?
Unfortunately, not really. Not very well. My parents, didn't really have like the time or resources, I think, to really teach us. And I do think they wanted to take the opportunity, which they did at every turn, to talk smack about us in Chichewa. And I think that they wanted to preserve that, honestly.
Yeah, I relate very much. My family's from Ethiopia. I do not speak fluent Amharic. And it's like the one question that every elder asks me everywhere I go. What, you don't speak? You should learn. And and then they talk smack. So I feel you. I feel you. I wanted to ask about the lyrics to another song that you did not perform today, which I think might be one of my favorite songs on the album. It's a song called In Your Eyes. I listened to that song like 3 or 4 times in a row today. I think the lyrics are so beautiful. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna read a few of your song lyrics so people can hear it. I want them to go back and listen to the album though. You said, "Was my body divine? Was my body denied? I can't see what's in your eyes. I can't be what's in your eyes." And I just think whole books could be written about those bars. You know what I mean? Because it reminds me of so much, like personally, like, oh man, like from concepts of like, double consciousness, like Frantz Fanon, like having to constantly be aware of how you're seen and how other people see you. Also, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Kenyan writer Ngugi wa Thiong'o. He's a giant in the conversations about decolonization in Africa, and he talked about how all oppression starts when someone is made to question their own body. And I've taken that quote and kind of applied it to like my whole philosophy in DJing is I want people to feel free. So I never want to play a song that makes anyone question their own body. And I just wanted to give you that and say thank you for that song. It means a lot. Can you talk a little bit more about that song in particular, In Your Eyes, like what it means for you and where those lyrics come from?
Yeah. So first of all, I love that analysis. And In Your Eyes is like another sort of familial related song. And that tune, like very specifically, I was like addressing my mother, and it kind of relates to my queer and trans identity and like the lack of acceptance in that, I guess, area. And then for those lines specifically, so Anjimile is a Chichewa name, and it according to my parents, it means denied.
Oh, wow!
Because when I was born, my parents wanted like expecting a son, and then like I popped out, and my aunt was like, "Oh, Anjimile," and they're like, "That sounds like a good name," So I was told that my name means denied, and so yeah, that line is pretty literal, and it kind of, the meaning of my name has kind of shaped my worldview, I think, in a way, in terms of my like repeated coming outs across every spectrum, whether that's as queer, as trans, as like a person in recovery, as like an angry Black person. There's like a lot of uncovering that people do.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, you mentioned recovery. I read that a lot of this album came out of being in recovery. I wanted to ask, like, how important is sobriety to your music and your process?
I guess it is the most important thing, only because without it, there is no music. Like when I was not sober, I just was not really able to create. And when I was able to create, I was like miserable, and I didn't want to do it. I think there's a couple songs on Give or Taker that I written before I got sober, and I'm just kind of like, how did that even happen? Like, how was that possible? But yeah, it's my recovery is kind of job number one. It's the well from which, this abundance in my life now flows.
Yeah, beautiful. What there's so many people in my life that struggle with sobriety. I know there's going to be so many people that hear this interview, they're struggling. Do you got any just words of advice for people that are also on their road to recovery, or even just struggling with it?
Yeah, I would say ask for help from any, like, just try to reach out for help in safe spaces towards safe people if they're available. And but I think most importantly, just like be gentle with yourself, because living is really hard. Addiction is really hard. There's a lot of shame. So
yeah. Thank you for that. That's real talk. Yeah, let's get back to the music a little bit. I love the production on the album.
Oh,
I wanted to ask how that came together.
Well, hell yeah, this is a great time to plug my producers.
Okay.
Gabe Goodman and Justine
my namesake.
Bowe. Yeah.
Say the second name again.
Justine Bowe.
Okay.
So Justine is in the band Anjimile. She's the background vocalist, singing all like the high parts and playing synth, and she's like playing all the pianos. And Gabe's playing electric guitar on the record. He's like slapping the bass on Baby No More. And Justine introduced me to Gabe. And Gabe is like a hipster indie artist in his own right. He's like doing his indie boy thing, and he was interested in producing, and I had heard his EP that he put out maybe 2 years ago, and he hopped on board, and the two of them together are like a weird, I guess, there's a weird couple of freaks who make really cool, fun, creative decisions, and being in a room with them with this music was super, super fun, because they transformed these songs into something that I never could have like imagined that they would be or done by myself.
That's beautiful. So yeah, so you wrote these on your own, and then they kind of grew with the group.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. And the band is the three of y'all?
It's the band is me and Justine. Lil Gabo is just our producer / homeboy for life.
Okay. Right on. Do you got any plans to tour once this pandemic is over, or is that even too far out for anyone to guess?
I mean, for the love of God, I would hope so. Yeah. Trying to put some stuff together whilst also being like pragmatic and realistic. But my dream, yes, is to tour the F out of that album as soon as it is safe to do so. Yeah.
Yeah, say that. Can't wait to see you in Seattle when it's time.
Hey.
Yeah. I know we mentioned, your family being from Malawi. I know you grew up in Texas and are in Boston now. I wanted to ask how all of these different places have helped shape you and your sound?
Yeah, I think being from Texas, like I don't really listen to I don't really know what Texas music is. Like I felt simultaneously within and disconnected from that culture as like a Malawian American person whose parents are not, Texan. They're just like in Texas. But I think something about the suburb that I grew up in is it was just it was super chill. And I think that there's kind of like a mellow quality to my music and I guess also my personality. And I think that comes from that like kind of super laid back upbringing. And then I think the Boston music scene has kind of been where I've like grown up as an artist and learned this. It's like given me the opportunity to focus on my musicianship and like performing and writing and really dig in and like push myself as an artist, but in like a chill way, like. So yeah, Boston, gotta love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any other musicians from out there you think we should be checking for?
I would check for Photo Comfort, who, full disclosure, is Justine Bowe.
Say that.
She's been working on some ish, so I'm really excited for that. My buddy Billy Dean Thomas is a BIPOC hip hop artist in the city. They're really swaggadocious. A good friend of mine, Oompa, is another local hip hop artist who's dope. Yeah.
I love it. All three of those are new names to me, so I can't wait to check them out. That's great. Thank you. Are there, I don't know, any other closing thoughts or anything you want to let us know about what's coming up for you in the future?
I think I'll keep it a secret, but
Okay.
yeah, I'll be dropping some new music soon. I guess that's all I'll say.
Can't wait to hear it. I've enjoyed this conversation so much. Thank you, Anjimile, live on KEXP at home. Please stay warm out there. I see the snow in the background. It looks like no joke.
Word.
Appreciate you.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.